Good afternoon. Can you believe it's 4:30 already? This day has flown almost as fast as Sophie's fingers are flying over her keyboard right now. She is fast. I am really fast but completely inaccurate and then have no clue what it was that I typed, so it's better if I slow down. Now, I'm a little anxious on how we're going to do with internet today because I've had a couple of things that haven't worked. So if we tune out, I'll just come back on and we'll take it from there. But this day felt like it ran. It just ran and ran and ran and ran. I remember looking up every 20 minutes or whenever it was going, oh crap, is it that time already? Is it that time already? Is it that time already? And it feels like things have been falling out of my head today and not being captured. So if I trip over my words, we'll be okay. You love me. You'll let me, just be me. Hey, my sister Adele is here. Hello, Adele. Well, it's either Adele or somebody pretending to be Adele. Oh, it is Adele. Yay. That's very, very cool. It's her birthday this weekend. So if you see her, wish her a happy birthday. Okay. My little sister, she's having a birthday. Hey, I wanted to do a bit of a throwback Thursday today because I was having a conversation with somebody looking to study the Masters in Rehabilitation Counselling, and it gave me a chance to reflect on my own when I was a baby rehab counsellor story. So for me, I graduated in 1994. Yes, I know some of you watching this may not have been born then, but there was this thing called university back in 1994, and that's when I graduated. Hey, Linda Mottram. So that's a fair while ago, and I've been doing this work for a fair while now, and I was just reflecting on how much I have changed. So you don't have to go back quite that far, but maybe when you graduated or finished high school, or finished TAFE or finished something significant, finished a job, just reflect back on that for a minute and start thinking about not just the knowledge and skills that you've got since then, but who you've become as a person. So I was talking to this lovely lady today. She's already a chiropractor and she now wants to do a master's in rehab counselling, and for really good reasons, like smart, well thought out reasons about making the world a better place, but also preserving her employability into the future. I wasn't thinking of that when I had graduated, I'll be honest. I was thinking, I want to finish university with a degree that gets me a job, and a job that will start my career, because by the time I'm 30, I was going to have 3 children, a house with a picket fence, and a holiday house down the South Coast and be happily married. Yeah, that didn't happen. And I didn't need 3 children because, as we've talked about before, my son is so awesome, I only needed to do that once. But it got me also thinking about some of the lack of knowledge and lack of skills and things I would do so differently today if I was working with those clients again. And there have been times when I've wanted to apologize and go, wow, I'm sorry, I didn't know what I know now. But that's okay. We're all a work in progress. Remember, none of us are an instant noodle. But it helped me understand and reflect on some of the changes that I've seen in my industry, some of the things I'm happy with, some of the things that still get me upset and make me annoyed, some of the things I'm happy to be a part of the change, some of the things that I go, that's not my fight. So I think there's a depth to our experience that comes over time as clinicians and health professionals, where it's not so much new skills, like new clinical skills or another modality or another technique. It's our wisdom and our life experience that allows us to actually help our clients, our patients, move through a recovery process or move through a healing process with more clarity and more certainty. I know for me now, I don't need the outline of how this session's going to go. I no longer need to take an interview pro forma in with me. I just know what I need to get from the beginning to the end. And sometimes the stuff that happens in the middle, it doesn't make sense to anybody but myself and the client. And that's the way I like to work. And that's great. I don't need to rely on that process. That being said, when I'm really tired or anxious or stressed or doing something foreign that I'm not familiar with, then I'll rely on process and the process that I've developed for myself over time, because process makes me feel safe. There's nothing wrong with process, as long as it's a good one. If it's a bad one, don't rely on that. So there we go. That's what I've been reflecting on today as the busyness of my day has continued to overwhelm me. We have more emails in the inbox. I have discovered voice messages from Monday that I had forgotten about. Oops. I forgot that I had said to one of my awesome consultants, Sonia, that I would be talking to her today. There's just stuff falling out of my head. That's a sign of fatigue. It's also a sign of my overwhelm, and it's a sign that I've got a little bit too much going on. Good news though, you want to hear this? Our very first client has arrived for the program I pitched in Newcastle last week. So those of you who were watching me and watching what I was doing last week, we have our first client to help. And I'm really excited that Kylie Worry is going to be working with that person, and we get to be a voice of change in this person's life. I am so thrilled, and I know my team is thrilled, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing the outcomes that we present here and how we can help more people. So I wonder in 10 years' time, if I'm reflecting on this point in time, whether I'm going, that was the day rehab changed in New South Wales in Australia. That was the day we finally got recognition that we need to treat people as a whole person, not just a collection of symptoms. That was the day that rehabilitation counselling took off in the world, and we have been a force for change ever since. I wonder if in 10 years' time, that's the significance of what we've been about today. So I wonder for you, awesome health professional watching this video, probably when you've woken up, what do you think your legacy could be in 10 years' time? Think about where you were 10 years ago, if that's easier. What were you doing and thinking and believing? And how could that potentially be so different and so much more awesome if you go 10 years into the future? I am working with some amazing practice building clients at the moment who have big vision, bigger vision than I ever expected people to come to me with. And I am so excited by the change we are going to see in the world of mental health, in the world of healthcare, because these people stood up and said, I want to make this happen. Can someone please help me? That is just so inspiring and encouraging. So if you've got a big idea, don't be scared of it. It's given to you for a reason. You got a responsibility to do something with that big idea. Here endeth the sermon. So until tomorrow, when we can do Celebration Friday, go be your awesome self.